What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Today, we're going to talk about some NBA potential trades. But before we do that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, comment, tell anyone about the show. Trying to get the ratings up a little bit, just a little bit. And if you're wondering where you heard this before, that's because you've been listening to me Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I greatly appreciate you for the support. Now, you may be wondering what NBA trades, potential trades, I'm talking about. Well, look, right. I think it's no secret that Nikola Jokic is with the Denver Nuggets, and he even himself has said that they are far away from contending status. I think Jaden McDaniels has definitely said that the Nuggets can't really guard nobody. It's called get a bucket, right? So Jaden's basically saying, yo, we can get a bucket on any of y'all at any point in time. What's up, right? And there could be some truth to that. Like, some of them can defend. I think Aaron Gordon's a solid defender. I'm not going to he could be fringe elite. Like, I think that's fair to say. He was cool. Christian Braun, he's all right. I'm not saying elite. I'd say a respectable player. Bruce Brown, he cool. He actually a good defender, for real. Cam Johnson was he cool. He cool. I think his spacing really makes him cooler than what he is, though. But he cool. But y'all hearing the status of how I'm viewing some of these defenders. Well, Jokic is actually going to need some defenders around his team. Now, keep in mind, Jokic was Jokic a couple seasons ago, for sure. He's still been pretty dominant. Fell off a little bit after his injury this season. But, again, numbers-wise, he looked good. Efficiency-wise, that was a whole nother discussion. Well, I ain't talking about Jokic. That's just the draw for this little topic. I'm actually looking at Jamal Murray. Should they actually look to trade Jamal? Keep in mind, I like Jamal Murray. Like, he did his thing this season, first-time All-Star, right? Kudos to him. He was in the MVP race. Kudos to him, tip of the cap, all that good stuff. Him and Jokic were considered the best NBA duo, especially when they won the damn championship, right? So I hear you. I hear it. I genuinely do. Again, I like Jamal Murray. I just think when I look at Jamal Murray, this is a fringe NBA All-Star who has debuted in 2017 and, again, is a one-time All-Star at the age of 29. So next season, he turns 30. And if he don't win if he doesn't get selected to another All-Star team, that could be problematic. And to be clear, that could be realistic as well, too. Like, it's no guarantee that he gets the All-Star nod again next year, too, to be clear. Now, this past season, if I'm not mistaken, right? No, I'm sorry. During the regular season, he's usually given about 19 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 0.4 blocks on quality shooting from the field. 46, 39, 87 splits. In the playoffs, he did go up. So, again, if you want to try to trade, if you say you don't want to trade him because his numbers have gone up in the playoffs, I hear that. 45, 37, 91 splits. That's not bad at all. I'll actually take that on my team. But I get you. But when I look at Jamal Murray, there are quite a few guards who have made an All-Star appearance before Jamal Murray did. And we're talking about age, by the way, too. And he's had the situation to do so. Because remember, even after his championship year, what was that, 2023? Did not make an All-Star appearance. Injuries were quite a problem. His regular season production is not the same. So could we get a little higher production from Jamal like we did this past season? Let's figure that out. Let's wait to see. But there are about 10 guards that I just remembered were younger than him when they made their All-Star selection, which is why I'm considering to make a trade using Jamal Murray as the bait. Now, keep in mind, we have players like Tyrese Maxey, Anthony Edwards. Okay, cool. Anthony Edwards isn't a point guard. I heard you. But just flow with me. So let's factor. I'm gonna just list some guards, and we just keep it like that. And keep in mind, every guard that I'm listing is younger than Jamal Murray, or at the very least has debuted around the same time as Jamal Murray. I'll take 1 year before. I don't think I have anything more than 2, honestly. So we got Tyrese Halliburton. And everyone that I've named thus far is younger than him. Like I said, they debuted in 2021. Keep in mind, all right? De'Aaron Fox debuted 2018. He's an all-star. John Morant debuted in 2020. SGA 2019. Trae Young 2019. LaMelo Ball 2021. Tyler Hero 2020. Even D'Angelo Russell in 2016. They were all all-star guards before Jamal Murray. Like, when I'm talking about I'm talking about Jamal Murray was an all-star at the age of 29. Everybody else, the oldest that we had was De'Aaron Fox and Tyler Hero at 25. That's the oldest. So why should we have to cling to Jamal Murray? Especially when, again, Nikola Jokic, what does he need? 3-and-D wings. A playmaker to do a pick and roll with, which does include Jamal Murray. So that part heard you. He needs backup bigs. They have Jonas Valanciunas, but maybe they can get a rim protector as well, too. They need rim protection. Hello, Aaron Gordon. You've been serving as y'all backup big as well, too. But, if you could play more of the forward to backup big, I'd appreciate that. I'd appreciate him more in that role, especially as he ages. Playmakers, again, you got Yoke. You also got Tyus Jones. They also have Jamal Murray. So they do have a lot of the needs that help make Jokic. Because if Jokic can continue with passing the ball and scoring the ball and being able to rebound the ball and not have to be the rim protector that his team needs, he's in a good situation. So for me, and I'm thinking the Nuggets and what they need to target, right? It's re-signing players like a Bruce Brown. Could they acquire a player like a Colin Sexton? Because keep in mind, Colin actually can hoop. And then defensively, he's just short. That's it. But he a young dog. Give him credit. He is a dog for sure. So I'd like to see them try to target someone like a Colin Sexton. Kevin Porter Jr. even, too. That could be a quality addition as well. They can make that I'd do that if I'm them because he can also defend and get a bucket. They need players like that. I've been considering this. Keontae George and Bryce Sensabaugh from Utah. You make that swap. And you send over a Jamal Murray. Because Jamal Murray can play alongside Isaiah Collier because Isaiah Collier can still run the 1. Jamal can be the 2. Or you can make Jamal the 1 and try to have a really big roster. Imagine this, right? Jamal Murray, Ace Bailey, Lauri Markkanen, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Walker Kessler. You mean to tell me they can't get it popping over there? Because if you believe that Jamal Murray is the player that a lot of people try to make him out to be, he got 24, 5, and 6 in the playoffs. He's a champion. He's a closer. Cool, give him his own team then. See what he does. And keep in mind, it ain't like Lauri Markkanen is a slouch. Jaren Jackson Jr. can hoop too. Walker Kessler, all right. Young, but he all right. Got good height to him. That's a versatile squad right there. And then Ace Bailey could end up being one of the better players on the team. Let's see what happens. But you also got a lineup where you got, Jamal 6'4". Everybody else is like 6'9" and taller. I got Ace as a 6'9" shooting guard. Let's just see what happens. And Jamal's still 29, so he's still relatively young. That could work. Meanwhile, the Nuggets, you get a player who's younger than Jamal, has all-star caliber talent, and is giving you, at minimum, equivalent numbers to what Jamal just gave you this season. And did you hear me when I said he's younger? And then with Bryce, you actually get a wing who, when Jaden says y'all can't defend, guess what? Bryce can actually score a little bit and defend. So I got a player who can get a bucket and defend, and I get another player who can get a bucket and playmate. I think I may like to take that gamble. Now, another thing you could try to do is send Jamal back home to Toronto, and you get Brandon Ingram and Jakob Poeltl because the money works like that. And keep in mind, B.I. can run some of your point guard duties. Not saying he's a point guard, but remember, you have Nikola Jokic. And I said you need someone who can do a pick and roll with Jokic. Well, I think Jamal Murray has showcased how to do that. I think B.I. has the skill to do so. And then when we talk about backup center, again, he's not the best rim protector, but damn, he can get some rebounds. He can be a quality big for Jokic, to the point that they can even play on the same floor. They can play on the team on the floor at the same time. So again, if I'm the Nuggets, I'm looking to at least hear out trade offers for Jamal Murray. Would I ultimately pull the plug on B.I. and Jakob Poeltl? I'd have to think about it. Keontae George and Bryce Sensabaugh, I'd have to think about it. What about Kevin Durant and Fred VanVleet? We got to make sure that the money would match for sure. You may have to let off. So you may have to trade some other pieces. But, hey, pairing Fred VanVleet, even though he just got injured, I hear you. Fred VanVleet and Kevin Durant, offensively, they're looking quite stout. Defensively, that's another discussion. But you just proved that you have troubles defending people like the Wolves. Getting someone like KD to pair with Jokic, he ain't got to worry about offense again. Like, not at all. So, and then you just get some defenders to help out along the way. Because everybody would love to play with or play on the same team as Kevin Durant and Nikola Jokic. I promise you. From a floor perspective, forget about off the court right now. I'm just talking about talent. Everybody would want to play with those two on the basketball court. Also, acquiring someone like a Gary Trent Jr. Again, when I talked about Kevin Porter Jr., you need those bigger guards, like 6'4", 6'5", who can get a bucket and also do a little bit of playmaking, who can space the floor out, who are willing defenders. That's a Gary Trent. That's a Kevin Porter Jr. Andrew Wiggins, I think, would be really spectacular for the Nuggets. He can give you about 15 to 20, and also guard the better players on the opposing team. Still a top quality athlete. I wouldn't mind him. These are some of the Nuggets targets that I would expect them to get. I think their ideal situation is be able to get Giannis. And if they can come up with a roster like Ryan Rollins, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, with Tyus Jones coming off the bench, along with Tim Hardaway Jr., Bruce Brown, and Christian Braun, I think you have something there. Because, hell, how do you stop Giannis and Nikola Jokic? Them two by themselves can do a pick and roll. How do you stop that? And Jokic can space the floor out. He can also pass the ball to Giannis. Giannis doesn't need to have to worry about running the offense no more. And if they get in transition game, Jokic can easily turn to K-Love and pass the ball out to Giannis. It could be really beautiful. And did I forget to mention that Aaron Gordon is in that small forward to back up big spot like I mentioned earlier? And then you got players like Ryan Rollins and Cam Johnson would be a 6'8" shooting guard. That's disgusting. And Ryan Rollins is what, 6'3" to 6'5"? I think 6'3". But he can defend pretty well. He can also get a bucket and he can play make all right. But he don't have to be the playmaker because you got Jokic and Giannis. I think that would be their ideal situation, but I don't think the Bucks get Jamal Murray because, again, he's 29 years old. I don't think they want to sell that to the fan base. But the money might be able to work out with some of them trades. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm curious. Even though the Nuggets got a championship in 2023, they have looked a little lackluster, especially in the playoffs, and Jamal Murray did not look that good. And it's against the same team, the Wolves. Against my Lakers, when we didn't have a good perimeter defender, we did, but our coach didn't want to utilize him. Well, what happened? Jamal Murray looked pretty damn good. I'll give it to you. He did. But when we see, okay, you got more athletic guards, you got better defenders, well, now he don't look as good. Now he doesn't look as stellar. Again, had a quality regular season. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's a champion. I'm not taking that away from him at all. His playoff production increased from in comparison to his regular season. I'll give you that. I'm giving him his flowers. I'm just saying if you're the Nuggets, you want to keep Jokic there, a consideration should be made about Jamal Murray being traded. And you may want to look at some younger players because there are some younger players out there that are giving you the production that Jamal Murray has given, just to be clear. And again, we have 10 guards. Fine, let's take off Anthony Edwards. He's not a point guard. And if that's the case, we maybe need to take out SGA too, because I technically don't consider him a point guard. He is one, but I have him personally as a 2 guard. But fine, let's keep him up there. So we got 9 other players who should be ahead of Jamal Murray. Not ahead of, but they got their all-star nod ahead of Jamal Murray's age. And I can't say it's unfair or he had tougher competition because, again, I got some Western guards in here like John Morant, SGA, De'Aaron Fox. Was D'Lo on our team? No, he got there on the East. But still, ladies and gentlemen, there are other players who were younger and were all-stars before Jamal Murray. So me personally, when I look at that, Jamal Murray is a good player. He's also a tradable asset. And if I'm the Nuggets, I'm looking at my team and wondering, are we going to get past a team like the Spurs, like the Thunder? Because adding the depth that I talked about, let's say, for example, with Keontae George and Bryce Sensabaugh, guess what? Those two can be viewed as good enough to help get you over the hump. We're adding depth. We're adding players who can pair well with Nikola Jokic, and we're also replacing the value that Jamal Murray brought. Am I saying that Keontae George is going to be better than what Jamal Murray did? No, to be clear, Jamal Murray definitely hooped in the playoffs. And that's what we still kind of have to wait to see about Keontae. But the good thing for Keontae in this situation, ladies and gentlemen, is that he's playing with an MVP. So he's not like he has to be the guy. He has to be a second option on this team. And I think that's doable. I think Keontae George has shown enough to be a second or even a third option on a championship team. And I think another egregious thing the Nuggets did was letting go of Michael Porter Jr. Shouldn't have done that, because now the roles are a little bit different. But I think Keontae has shown enough to be a second option, paired with someone of the same caliber as Nikola Jokic. But that's just me, though. And again, if you don't believe me, heard you. But remember, Jamal Murray looks pretty good because he plays alongside Nikola Jokic. And remember, this is the first season that he's given all-star caliber numbers at the age of 29. He turns 38 this upcoming season. And someone like a Keontae George is like, what, 23? 22? So we got time. And I think that could be a sales pitch, too, for someone like a Jokic. But again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm curious what you all think. Would you like to see a Jamal Murray traded? Would y'all like to see him traded? And then also, do you think he needs to be traded? Do you think he's invaluable to the Nuggets because they won a championship? Because if that's the case, hell, look at what happened with MPJ, and he was their third option. I'm just saying. But let me know your thoughts and comments below, ladies and gentlemen. But that does conclude the end of the episode. So please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. I hope you're all having a good one. Take care.